As wonderful as Dr. Sid was, it's time for some quick hits.
Let's go, Gab.
David Silva steals a show as City stomped Newcastle 5-0. So, Jules, you love your techers. Feel free to celebrate him. And, by the way, if you were advising him, where should he go next? Because, of course, he's out of contract in the season. We all assume he's going back to Valencia, but there's some people suggesting MLS, maybe?
I mean, first thing is talent never dies, and he will never die. He's 34, and he's still capable, against a team that, I don't know, traveled to the Etihad. You don't even know why. They were not there to attack. They could not defend. So,
when you saw the lineup he put out, you're kind of like, let me just tank this, play the 8-1-1 formation.
It's just like anyway, go back to David Silva. It's far more interesting. Talent never dies, and when you see him play like this, it's such a pleasure to watch, whether it's on television, at the stadium. And I don't know, there's something so romantic about the way he plays and that left foot and his movement off the ball and with the ball, etc. It's just wonderful. I would say to him, listen, go where you feel you will enjoy the most, because he's 34 years of age. Now he should only thinking about just enjoying it. You don't have to play 50 games a season. Just go and enjoy yourself. Go in a league, in a club where you will have nice people around you, nice team.
This is what makes me uneasy about him going back to Valencia.
He can't go back to Valencia. It's an absolute mess.
You know what Valencia is like? You know that joke that we all used to do as kids, where like we would take like a brown paper bag, fill it with dog poo, human poo in some cases, set it on fire and leave it on people's doorsteps. Maybe
that's what you did. I mean, not me.
Okay. Well, anyway, that's not what David Silva needs.
I know, and I get the whole idea of going back where it all started, and this is great, and this is very romantic. It rarely works. Let's put it that there. It rarely works. Right. And I just think go somewhere where you will enjoy yourself far more than at Valencia, when it's a complete mess, and where you probably won't get the praise and the you will get the praise. Yeah,
but it's just like this. You go from one of the best run clubs in the world to that mess over there.
With one of the best managers in the world to we don't even know who will be in charge next season. So, I mean, you need to think hard about it, because he doesn't have many time left.
Paul Pogba is rumoured to be on the verge of extending his contract at Manchester United. Jules, tell us more, because this kind of, I mean, I figured at some point, look around, hey, I'm going to move. Well, let me just take more money, more years, and then evaluate the situation. Anybody's interest.
I mean, that's a bit cynical, but that's a way of seeing it, of course.
What's actually happened? Did they get on the phone with Mino, or did?
So the start of the talks with Mino, I was told again this morning, will start very soon now. They always wanted to keep him anyway.
Right.
I mean, after he came back, and I think when they realized that they had something good growing there, Bruno and Pogba together, for example, the younger players, all of this, and I think Pogba is happy again. I think he's happy of the way he's been playing. He's happy where the team is at, where the club is at, and I think he says, you know what, it looked at times that there was no point for me to stay here because it was going nowhere. Now it looks like there's a bit of a direction. Whether you agree or not that Solskjaer is the right manager for it, whether you think that it's still way below City and Liverpool, for example, but I think that he feels there's something happening there, and he's happy again, and he's saying, why not?
Well, it's also, I mean, putting this very realistically, yes, they are playing better and stuff. And look, we said all along, he wants to be at United. He wants to be at United.
He loves the club.
He wants to be on a good United team, possibly a United team where there's no Jose Mourinho hanging around and throwing him under the bus. Remember that whole stripped of the vice captaincy nonsense and whatever. But that said, nobody's queuing up with big money for Pogba and Mino, right?
Yeah.
And I think at that point, you're like, hey, things are going well. Let's extend the deal. It's in United's interest, too, because if you extend the deal, if somebody becomes desperate to sign Pogba, you'll get more money when you sell him. So it's...
he's 27. He turned 27 in March. I think there's plenty of time for him to go somewhere else, Real Madrid or wherever. There's plenty of time for him to bring even more to United, and I think it would work for both parts completely. Just
quickly, there's a suggestion that Kurt Zouma could be moving on from Chelsea and reuniting with his Jedi master, Jose Mourinho.
Mourinho, who signed him back in 2014 from Saint-Etienne to Chelsea, and now it looks likely, from what I was told, that Zouma will leave Chelsea, and Tottenham could be a destination. Mourinho certainly has been in touch and is interested to get Zouma back. He would cost you around 25-30 million pounds. He's 25. Okay, he's not Beckenbauer on the ball, but Mourinho...
It's a great deal for Chelsea.
Yeah. I mean, although against Palace on Tuesday night, he saved the game at the end with a last-ditch tackle. And that's what I think that's what his game is about. If you know exactly what you would expect from him and what you want him to do, he could do a job. For Chelsea, I think, and Lampard, maybe not. You certainly don't rate him.
No, look, I mean, I think in this day and age, post-pandemic, with the guy's wages and everything, to be able to get 25 to 30 million for somebody who he's not going to start for Chelsea next season. He's going to be
and he's
going to be the number 3 or number 4 center back. Because presumably they'll bring somebody in, or you can argue Christensen or Tomori might be ahead of him, alongside Rudiger. I mean, I think it's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal at all.
No, definitely. Liverpool beat Brighton 3-1, and they're 9 points away from breaking the Premier League points record of 100 points by David Silva and City. Will they get there, Gab?
I'd assume
4 games left.
And they need to win 3 of those 4. We went through their whole schedule before. Personally, I don't care about the points record. But if
why don't you care?
Because it'll just get broken again at some point.
Really?
Because I think these points records, I think it's a big deal that they won the league and that the way they won it and how early they won it. What happens afterwards? I mean, even last night, nice game. Salah got his goals. We want Salah to get more goals. Maybe it'll be head to head. It'll be exciting. Him and Jamie Vardy and who's in second place? Aubameyang. But honestly, who cares? Like 100 points. We know that this is. I
disagree with you. You don't know if that will be beaten. Maybe it will stay forever, and all those players will be forever in the history books
of
101
points. It would mean that they're better than Manchester City were 2 years ago.
It means that they will have more points.
Okay.
Which is a better season if you have more points than someone else before you, right?
All right.
No, I think they care, and I think they should care.
I mean, look, it's just that records are broken.
True.
Titles stay.
Real Madrid play on Friday night against Alaves, but Luka Jovic won't be there, Gab. He's in quarantine after hanging out with a friend who's tested positive before. Gab, there are strong suggestions that he will go on the market this summer. Do you think there'll be any clubs interested?
I think this is going to go down the route of he goes on loan with a buyback because obviously he signed a Real Madrid level contract. I mean, they're quoting 60 million or something. Nobody's going to give you 60 million for Luka Jovic in this market.
It's hardly played.
No, exactly. So the best you can do, take somebody in, maybe with some sort of buyback or whatever.
Yeah.
And, and he joins the ranks of James Rodriguez and all these guys who hang around and who, they can't move on because they're prisoners to their wage. Gareth Bale.
Yeah.
The difference is Jovic is younger. So I think there is a player in there somewhere. But, he's got to go.
Strange story, though, isn't it? Don't you think? He was so good with Frankfurt last season. It made sense in a way.
You know what? He was good with Frankfurt last season, and he played in this front 3. Played in this team that was so attacking. He played in this front 3 with Sebastian Haller and
Rebic.
And Ante Rebic. But then you see him in real life against players with a bigger personality, against a team that maybe doesn't spend the entire game camped out in the opposition's penalty box, and becomes a lot tougher. I think it's also difficult for them to understand, is he a center forward or is he a wide player?
Yeah.
So much competition there.
But I still thought that he would learn quicker and adapt quicker.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.